Welcome back to Psalms today. We're looking at Psalm 10. And like we saw last time, Psalms 9 and 10 seem to go together. Psalm 9 is more of a thanksgiving psalm, and Psalm 10 is more of a cry to God because of the evil that's in the world. So it's really a lament. We've seen laments before. But yeah, let's just jump into it. I want to really give a basic point, a super basic point for reading the psalm today. And then we'll just look a little bit at part of the psalm and see how relevant it is as well. So when he starts, the psalm writer says this: "Why, O Lord, do you stand far away? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble?" He's obviously in a very difficult situation, and it seems like God is not there, like God is abandoned. And so for the next 10 verses, from verse 2 down to verse 11, you just get this kind of onslaught of how terrible wickedness is, like the frightening power of evil. So here's the point. When you're reading a psalm, you'll often find, because laments are so common, you'll often find that the start of a psalm feels quite bleak, quite heavy, quite negative. And it's perfect for when you feel like you're in a similar situation. But when you're, having a good day and you don't feel like that, it can just feel a bit, like this isn't really helping anything. Here's the basic tip. Finish the psalm. All right, when you're in a lament, you're reading and it just feels heavy and negative, keep going and see how it ends, because often it's the end of the psalm that is going to give the real, the real fuel for your heart, if you like. So verses 1 to 11, God seems far off. The wicked seem terrifyingly powerful, and they just seem to be doing whatever they want and achieving their evil ends all around you. But then you come down to the last part of the psalm, and the last part gives way, this sort of negativity gives way to petition and confidence. Okay, so here's a petition here, verse 12, "Arise, O Lord, lift up your hand and forget not the afflicted." And then here comes the confidence, if you like, verses 13 and 14. What's the confidence that the psalm writer has? He's confident that God will judge. Why does the wicked renounce God and say in his heart, "You will not call to account, you're not going to judge me"? But you do see. He's speaking to God. You do see. You note mischief and vexation, that you may take it into your hands to help. To you the helpless commits himself. You have been the helper of the fatherless. So here's the confidence that comes through after a really overwhelming presentation of evil. The psalm writer is able to say, "Okay, Lord, do something. Arise. Get involved, judge." Even though they're saying God never judges, he'll never do anything, God does see. God does take note. God does know what's going on, and God is able and willing to judge for the sake of his people. So there's the petition and the confidence. And just to reinforce it, the last few verses do the same thing again. Here's another petition, verse 15. "Break the arm of the wicked and evildoer. Call his wickedness to account till you find none." He's saying, God, I really want you to do something. We feel awkward with this language, but if you're suffering enough, you might start praying this way as well. Break the arm of the wicked and the evildoer. He's not saying, I'm going to break the arm of the wicked and the evildoer. That's God's business, but I'm asking him to do it. And so the petition, "Arise, Lord, do something, judge," was followed by confidence. God is ready to judge. He's ready to do something. He does judge. And then verse 15, "Lord, I'm really frustrated. I want you to step in this way." And here comes the confidence, verses 16, 17, and 18. "The Lord is king forever and ever. The nations perish from his land. O Lord, you hear the desire of the afflicted." Isn't that great? You will strengthen their heart. You will incline your ear. The God who seems so far off when we look at circumstances at the beginning of the psalm, by the end of the psalm writer is confident that God is going to do something. He is going to step in. He is going to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, so that the man who is of the earth may strike terror no more. Evil is very evil, terrifying in fact, but the confidence that comes when you read through to the end of this psalm is that God does judge and God does give aid to the weak. So have a read through Psalm 10. You could sneak back and put 9 and 10 together if you like, and then share your highlights with somebody else. Encourage somebody who's feeling that pressure and that discouragement today. And share your comments in the comment box below as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time for Psalm 11.